everybody, it's Sharon here. Welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome to any new subscribers that may be visiting for the first time. So I'm excited to get started on today's video. I'm working on Roxy's weekly challenge and I'm up to challenge number 4, which is actually week 4. And I am behind, but better late than never. That's my motto. So this week's challenge is working on decorating some book covers, and I have organised a few book covers here. I'll show you my little pile, and I have selected my images for the front covers in advance. Now the reason I did that was because I have an idea in mind for these covers, so I kind of wanted to be a little bit selective with what I was choosing. All of my other covers I have put in the reinforcement into the spine, but I haven't done this one. Now I have pre-organised 5 covers, and I probably won't get done 5 in this video, but that's what I have to work with. So I'm starting my timer at 45 minutes and we're off. So I've chosen Reader's Digest covers because I have plenty of those at hand. I've cut this just out of a piece of chipboard, and all I did was, I have my little scrap here, was I just rested this against the book cover. I made myself a little pencil mark. You can see the folds or the creases where the book has naturally creased in the past. So I use that as a guide to mark my chipboard, and I just took a pencil and marked my chipboard and cut that. And then once I had my strip, I then roughly use the papers, I've lost my words, the bookend papers. I roughly use that as a guide as to how long to cut it. Depending on the condition of the spine, I do tend to go a little bit longer. Just depends. So I'm going to use my fabric glue to glue this one down. I kept one to show you what I was doing. I did consider going further with the insides, but I may do one and show you what I'm doing and then do the rest off camera. Now this will go a whole lot quicker if my glue plays the game. So I hope you're all fabulous. I'm super excited to be doing this week's challenge, which I think has actually been a couple of weeks since I did the last one. It kind of threw me, the last one, because it didn't quite go to plan, and then the video didn't work, and that kind of threw me. So it's taken me, and I've had printer problems as well, so it's taken me a little bit to get back to it, but I'm excited to be doing this. And I've watched a couple of the videos of upcoming challenges, and I'm so keen to have a go. I was actually watching one earlier today and I was like, I just want to go and play with that idea now. And I did consider doing that ahead of time, but I was like, if I do that, I'm kind of cheating in the challenge, because I'll have done something before I'm meant to. So I'm trying to follow the rules for myself. Okay, pretty happy with the way that's sitting. You can feel the natural fold of the spine when you lift it. So, okay. Now, I do have this cheesecloth here. This is a fabric cheesecloth that I get from Spotlight, and it comes in all different colours. So I do have a variation in colour. I want the white, and it's on the opposite side of the loop. And I haven't used this for bookbinding before, but I was thinking about it earlier and decided I'd like to give this a go. So what I'm thinking of doing is adding a layer of this and then a layer of fabric. And the reason behind that is, I don't know if you can see this bookbinding tape that's in here. It's very similar to a cheesecloth, although it's the looser weave one. and you can kind of see where it comes to. So I thought this might add a little bit of extra stability. I think I'm going to use it in that orientation because it's almost the perfect size. Okay. I can tear it. And I'm perfectly okay with it hanging over the edge. In actual fact, I'd like it to. So I'm going to glue that down. I've decided I might use the wet. So this is Glue brand fabric glue. Okay, so I am meant to be decorating the fronts of... Okay, so I am meant to be decorating the fronts of these journals as part of this challenge, but I do know that both Roxy and Gail, so Rachel at Roxy Creations and Gail Augustinelli, who, if you've been following for a while, you'll know that I watch on a regular basis, who is also doing Roxy's challenge. I think I've added a little bit too much glue there. They both did the inside cover on one of their book covers, so I thought I would follow suit. I have way too much glue here. That's okay. I'm going to make sure it's really in those creases. So I'll just do this one and then I'll do the others off camera. So technically I wasn't necessarily supposed to select my focal points before doing the challenge, I don't think, but I was just like, I was so keen and so ready, and I kind of couldn't help myself, so I went looking and getting ideas of what I wanted to do before starting the video, and that kind of led me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. But I'm so excited about the covers that I have in mind, so I'm okay with that. I was just like, all for a good cause. So I'm kind of pulling this fairly tight. This cheesecloth fabric has a lot of give in it. And I've wiped this silicone brush on some paper towel a moment ago. So I'm just going to really push that into the fold. And I am going to get my bone folder and just really burnish that down. I may trim a little off the bottom, but I'm okay with having quite a substantial amount at the top. I'm not particularly worried about that, but I do want to make sure it's glued down well. So, I don't know if I asked. I hope you're all fabulous. I am. I'm excited. I'm always excited when I'm in my craft room. I know I say that every video. I think I ask the question of you to see how you're going and then follow along with the fact that I'm fabulous as well. And I am. So, I'm in my happy place when I'm in here crafting. And it's good to be fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit for a moment, and I'm thinking I would like a piece of cheesecloth. Oh, sorry, cheesecloth. I put the cheesecloth down, Sharon. This is a piece of calico, so I'm going to cover that with the calico. I may even... just like I do really like that cheesecloth popping up over there. That may become a go-to for me when I'm doing my bookbinding from now on, putting the cheesecloth underneath the fabric. I'm thinking I will cut the bottom smaller, shorter. So I'm going to fray it. So I was just like, I probably could have gone a little bit more. Just working out which way around my fabric goes, which isn't easy sometimes. I think it goes that way. I honestly think when I watch other people's crafting videos, the time goes so much slower for them than it does for me. Or maybe I just talk too much. I don't know. It's probably that. Oh dear. I was getting the covers ready and I had 5 and I'm like, I know I'm being super generous because let's be fair, I may only get 1 done, which I may, but I have the others at the ready to, I've got way too much glue again, at the ready to do, so I will just do those off camera if I don't get them done in this video, but I will show you what I've selected at the end of the video if I don't get to do them on camera, because, well, sharing is caring. And I really, really love what I've chosen, so I'm super excited about that. I had planned to do this video much earlier today, but I kind of digressed. Does everybody else do that? I had planned to come in here this morning and got up, normal routine in the morning, had a cuppa, checked my social media, had breakfast. Oh, I did a little bit of editing before that of a video, had breakfast, watched a YouTube video, was going to come in here and do some crafting. It was only about 8:30 I think, and I was like, it's actually not a bad day outside. We've had the fire on in here for, gosh, about 3 or 4 days I think from memory, and of course with fire there's smoke, so we have a fireplace, so, which I've just mentioned, we've had the fire on, yes, okay. So doing my washing and hanging it outside often doesn't work in winter because the smoke can blow towards, I might just use the wet fabric glue, the other fabric glue I think, to finish this off. Doesn't always work hanging my clothes and stuff outside in winter, which is fine, and so any fabrics or anything that I want to wash and hang outside, I don't generally tend to do, so I'm talking crafting fabrics, I don't generally tend to do that in winter. And when it was such a lovely day outside this morning, I was like, I really should wash. I had a couple of parcels of fabrics. They were actually sheets or doona covers, I think. tablecloths and sheets even, and I was like, I really should wash those, and I had some doilies, so I, instead of coming into my craft room, I ended up going outside and doing my washing. Okay, love that. So that's my inside spine done. I'm not really sure whether I want to do a hidden spine in these or not, so I'm not worrying about that at this stage. And then, so I've chosen an image for each of them, and I've printed additional images. So I'm thinking this blue flower, I want to stick to botanical type theme for each of these. As you know, if you've been watching my channel, my videos, I've been working on some ephemera making in the botanical theme. I kind of have been using botanicals and vintage as my theme when creating ephemera, and so I wanted to stick with that theme for these covers. And so this kit, I had written that down. Oh no, it's on the, so these are from Junk with Steph, and it's the Nouvelle Floor kit, and I've chosen a few images. I printed 4 to a page because I decided that was the size that I liked. And what I have gone ahead and done before the video was I've sealed them with the, just getting it, with the cold wax medium from Gamblin. So it was a wax on, wax off. I used a little piece of scrap fabric to apply it, and just in a circular motion, and then I used some paper towel to remove the excess, and I really love the way it feels. Sorry, just try to pop that in my recycling. I really love the way it feels when it's finished. So, and it does make it, waterproof as well. So apparently the cold wax medium is often used by artists to seal their artworks, which I found out when doing a little bit of research into the product before I purchased it. So that was a fun fact that I didn't know before. So this is just a piece of craft card. It's not a very thick card. I just wanted something to reinforce my image slightly. Sorry, I'm just off camera a little bit so I can try and line it up, which didn't work terribly well. Okay. So I'm going to, whoops, I had a little bit of a spill. Going to attach this. I'm just going to use the fabric glue. So yes, I digressed this morning, but I got my washing done, so that's good. It's outside drying at the moment. It should actually be almost dry. Doesn't take long for things to dry here on a nice day. I'm sticking to the glue bottle, knocked it over. See how well I cut this. May need to do a little tidy up, that's okay. One thing I don't know with the cold wax medium is how it takes inking. So I'm going to see if I can tidy this up. My paper trimmer is just quicker more accurate and quicker if I can use it. I was just like, I know I cut something off there. I have no idea where that went. So the other thing I've chosen for each of these covers are papers from the Junk with Steph. Oh, I think they're different junk. Oh, there it is. Different Junk with Steph kits. They're called bookend papers, and I've chosen a couple of different papers from some of those kits, and I'll show you what I've chosen also. Once my timer is up, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself or digress, because I've just shared that I tend to do that. Okay. I don't think that's too bad. I'm hoping the ink will take. Doesn't seem to be too bad. That's good. I'm not actually sure if it would wipe away, but I'm not planning on trying. Okay. I just love those blues together. And I'm thinking a bit of lace down the spine. Okay, I like that. And I may even pop, don't have enough room to keep that on my desk. So it's delicately balanced on my other desk. I have my piles of fabrics over there that I dyed myself that I still haven't decided where I want to house them. And I've just placed that tub and it's delicately balanced on top of it. I'm a walking disaster. So do I want that under there? Or I'm wondering if I want, this is just a piece of white sheeting. Okay. So I think I like that, and I might pop a piece of calico underneath the image on the front, I'm thinking. I just wanted to stick to neutral tones for this one with the blues. I thought that would be a really lovely complement. And this particular cover, when I took the signature out of this one, it did actually tear slightly. There's a tear just in here. So the addition of the card on the inside and the fabrics, and then the fabrics on the front, all help to strengthen that spine where it's been weakened and cover up the fact that it's actually happened which effectively gives the cover a whole new lease of life, and I love that. Just pressing it into that crease. The spine itself on this cover is really worn, but the rest of the cover isn't actually too bad. Sorry, I was just looking for my awl. I find it really handy to get into the tiny little areas. Maybe want a little bit more glue under here. I have gone back to using my glue out of the bottle. The glue that I have in my icing bottle, my Sugar Bell bottle, which is on my desk here, this one is quite thick. I really need to get another or a different topper. I've been looking at getting one of the, I think they're knitting needle, well the ones I'm looking at are a knitting needle silicone cover that I think will work really well. I just haven't got around to getting it, and I don't particularly want to fill the bottle up with fresh glue until I do that. Oh my goodness, when that little piece of cotton won't come off your fingers because you have too much glue on there. Just like which way it goes, that way. And I'm just going to glue this down. It looks like the cover is weeping, the colour is weeping through my fabric, so perhaps it wasn't the right choice of fabric or glue, although I wouldn't have thought that a fabric glue would cause that. I'm hoping it doesn't bleed into the fabric too much. And I did position my lace just now to try and cover up where it's bleeding. I'm actually wondering if it's bleeding more in the area that was damaged, which is quite possible. Need to pop a little bit more under here. Okay. Some stringy bits. Kind of weep through the fabric at the top here as well, so I'm just trying to see if I can coax that into position so it will cover up that spot. Now I may need to come back in and add extra glue once it's dried, I'm thinking, just may be okay if I do this bit here. I know it seems like an extreme amount of glue, or it does for me, but being the spine, I don't want it to, it's going to get a little bit of wear and tear, so I don't want it to come away. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's really pretty. Okay, and then this image, whoops. I'm thinking a piece of calico. I know, it's surprising, isn't it? Gosh, that cold wax medium is giving a lovely texture to the top of that image. I'll definitely be using that on a regular basis to seal my images for the front covers, I think. It's quick and easy, very little drying time or anything like that. I have so much glue on my fingers right now. I feel like that's not tearing straight. I might, because I have a little extra fabric, just want to get a feel for where the tear line is. I'm not sure. That's better. Just like it's tearing straight, but it's looking crooked. I'm going to pop that on there, and I thought I wanted to cover up this little bit of cold, but I don't know that I do. I kind of like it peeping from underneath. I might pop this onto the fabric, I think. Somebody's busy in their yard nearby. I'm sorry if that's distracting for you. I did say it's a nice day here today, so I'm not surprised that they're out getting their yard work done. Okay. And I'm going to pop that on here. That is so smooth to wipe over. It's almost like it's got a shiny lacquer or something over it, you know, with no resistance. The fabric glue still sticks though. I've got a little piece there that just won't come away. Okay. Now, oh gosh, I love that. I do feel like I want to cover that over. So I have these doilies here and I've been dreading cutting them, but I'm going to. And I'm on the timer, so I don't have time to think about it. This is, I can tell you, honestly, the first time I've actually cut into a doily like this, because I've been so terrified to do so. I feel like I just want this strip here. Or do I want this? Oh, I think I like that. Okay. I actually love that it's got that little bit of a curve at the end there rather than being completely straight, even though it wasn't intentional. I've said before, the imperfections when I look at other people's crafting are often the things that I love the most, and I'm starting to appreciate that in my own crafting more and more these days. Now I did have, no, I cannot find, so I'm just going to use this. Something to remove that glue. Okay. Want a little bit. I'm trying to get the strings off my fingers and they just won't come off, and I'm like, don't you know I'm on the clock? A little bit of glue there. I really love that cover. I'm so happy with that. And so I got one done in the 45 minutes. Even if I don't get any more done, I'm happy. I'm done. Okay, so my end papers for that one that I've chosen are these Junk with Steph end papers. Now I've just printed two of the same for each book cover, and this is Junk with Steph bookend papers set 1, and there's I think 4 different papers in each one. I think they're going to be gorgeous in there. I'm not going to put those in at this stage. I haven't decided if I want to do a hidden spine or not. So I have one cover done. That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh, I only have like just over 7 minutes, so I may not get any more done, but I'm not completed anyway. Now I need to check these. Okay. Okay, so this cover here, I have bookend papers set 4, and this is called Mocha 4. That's the paper that I've chosen for this particular cover. And I've complemented it with this picture here, this image from Field Notes collection from Junk with Steph. I really love the mushrooms, and I felt like it was bordering towards or edging towards the botanical, but without actually being botanical. I really love the way it went with the cover. So just going to cut that image. Now, I have actually put the cold wax medium on all 4 of these images. I've chosen 3 of them to use on these particular covers. So these 2 here as well. And I've misplaced my sticky note that had the name of that particular kit. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't think it's going to come to me. Golly gosh. I honestly don't remember. I'm so sorry, Steph. I will find it and I will link it in the description below. I'm thinking field notes or something along those lines, but I really, really love those images. So they will be going on 2 of my other covers. And I actually think I have the wrong cover for this particular image. I think that they are supposed to go on the green one. I think this was supposed to go on a burgundy colour one. Yes. Okay, so that's better. So this is Bookend Papers Set 4 Mocha 3. I've chosen for this cover. Yes, and I'm going to pop that on there. Okay, so, and then one of my green images will go with the green focal point. That's right. And I'm sorry, I just need to check. So these backing papers will go with this image here. I feel like I've swapped these around as well. No, cooler tones. That's right. Okay, goodness me. That's what happens when I try and do more than one thing at a time. I'm terrible. Okay, now for this cover here, this is part of, or it's a piece of a doona cover that I purchased, which I absolutely love. And I'm just going to see if I can straighten this up. I'm really hoping I have these. Yes, okay. I just needed to check that I had the right image with the right book cover after all that. Now, I don't know if this will tear, but I want to try, and I don't think it will. I thought I tore it too. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I love it. Felt like it had little hints of the gold, which sort of went with this as well. No, I think I'm going to have to cut this. The brown for me kind of worked with the mushroom theme, and then the little burgundy went with the cover for me. So I felt like it ticked all my boxes. Got quite excited when I found it actually. My time's just about out, I'm noticing. It hasn't cut terribly straight, so I may have to straighten that up once it's on there. So I will only get one completed cover in the time frame. I'm not a fast crafter. I've never claimed to be fast at anything. And I'm okay with that. I used to justify myself, not justify myself, I used to defend myself was the word I was looking for all the time when I was younger. And now I'm just like, whatever. As long as I get the job done, it doesn't matter. Okay. Kind of love that that little bit of gold is showing through there. I do need more glue along here. Oops, I've probably taken it further than it needed to go. My timer's about to go. There it is. So only one cover, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm excited, actually. I love the cover, the way it's turned out. So totally worth it. And I will say that doing journal covers like this has never been my preferred method. Usually I cover the whole thing in fabric. I don't tend to accent the cover as it is. So this has been a little bit of, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone in what I am used to doing. And to get to the end of the actual challenge and really love what I've created is exciting. So I'm just straightening up, well, as best I can, that little piece of fabric across the bottom, because it does get a little bit of wear and tear as the cover is popped on a shelf. And this is fraying across the top, and I would like to encourage that a little. Okay. I feel like there might be a couple of spots that are lacking glue on here, but it may just be because the fabric has a little bit of texture to it as well. So in actual fact, I'm going with my bone folder and just really burnish that down. I really love that. Okay, and then my image. I might glue my image onto my card. I need to straighten up that edge. I might glue this on here and then cut it. I may even try and cut it with the scissors, who knows. Gosh, that cold wax medium feels so good on this paper. If you're interested in knowing where I got that from, I purchased it through the Sydney Art Store here in Australia. So and it was just through their online shop. Okay, I do need to set myself a little timer so I know roughly when I need to finish this video, because I will just keep crafting and crafting and crafting with these covers if I don't. Kind of like that. I thought that might work for me, but I'm not sure it does. Okay, so about, well, that colouring kind of works with the cover, doesn't it? This is the back of the Juna cover, which when I shared one of my collecting and gathering videos recently, I had a subby who contacted me and said, "What is a Juna cover?" I don't think about the difference in languages sometimes when I'm videoing. I mean, I do when I'm watching other crafters, but when I'm doing it, I don't necessarily think about that. I was watching one of Minxie's videos this morning, or it may have been yesterday, and she mentioned having a brew in the morning, and I was like, oh, see, we call that a cuppa. And it's kind of fun to realize that, you know, it's the same action but a completely different reference for it. This sheeting is quite thin, actually. Has a little bit of a delicateness about it. I like that on there. Okay. I think I kind of want one of those. Maybe. It really does. As somebody who crochets, it feels so weird to cut into a piece of crocheted work. I've got to tell you, it's very bizarre. Very bizarre indeed. I do like that. And so I do have this lemon lace, very soft lemon, and I'm wondering if the yellow might work. It's very subtle. I don't know. I like it, but I don't love it. So I'm wondering if I need something with a bit more contrast. Actually, I know what I did think about using on this one, and that was I have this Hessian here, or it's like a burlap. I don't know whether I want just a strip of it, maybe. It kind of had a woodsy theme for me. A bit long. I do like that. No. Not sure about this. No. Maybe I want something narrower across the bottom. I like that. I didn't think I would. I was walking over here with it and I was like, maybe I need white as a contrast, but I do like this because it kind of offers a little bit of a natural fibre, woodsy type feel too. Okay, so I'm going to pop this onto the fabric first. Part of me feels like it needs one more element because I've got 5. Oh, I nailed it. I was like, I've got an even number of elements. That's not working for me, but yay, go me. Maybe that's why I decided to start gluing and I just didn't realise. Okay. Oops. And then I'm going to add my glue. I did get glue on the front. Well, that's a shame. My image hasn't gone quite straight there, but that's okay. Look, I'm not going to, I was going to fuss, but I'm not going to fuss. Nothing in nature is perfect. Okay, and this burlap is actually from a sandbag. So, you know, the bags that are used to fill with sand in the event of a flood. My fingers are stuck together. Okay, I need a bit more glue under here. I'm kind of looking forward to going and washing my hands when I'm finished here. Okay, even my glue bottle, look at that. Okay. Oh, and there's my timer. I was just sitting here thinking it must be getting close, and then I was like, actually, did I set it? I did. Oh my gosh, I love, love, love. I've said it before, I may not be fast, but I do tend to craft with my heart and soul, and I don't like to finish things until I'm really, really happy with them. And I absolutely love that cover. So we only did one in our allotted Roxy's Weekly Challenge time, and we did an extra one in the last few minutes, which I adore. They are my end papers. I think they go beautifully. So I am going to, I don't know, maybe I'll pop back and finish the others in a follow-up video, because I really enjoyed this. Like I said, it's not my go-to for making covers normally, but I'm really thrilled with the results. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to Steph from Junk with Steph for allowing me to showcase her beautiful digitals. As you may or may not be aware, which I don't think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm on Steph's design team, and so I really enjoy crafting with her beautiful digital papers, and with results like these you can imagine why. And I'd also like to say a huge thank you to Rachel from Roxy Creations for her weekly challenge, because I'm really enjoying it. I am not as far into the challenge as I would like to have been, but I've enjoyed every week so much so far. So I'm really looking forward to future weeks, and I cannot wait to make more of these covers. So that's always really fun. Okay, thank you to everybody for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Please, everybody, stay safe, stay inspired, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.